thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! Get down. I stay hot tub! Hey!
Want to turn mine up just so I can hear your brilliance?
Yes.
You got my haircut?
Have it down on purpose.
I told him to cut like yours.
Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah.
Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Will it make me wet?
Yeah. Well.
Awful loud in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And good morning and welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home. Is that mine?
No, you
Oh,
turned
the
mine
Atla-
up again.
Oh, no wonder it's yours.
Yeah.
Technical.
Messing
There
with
you
the
go.
home
There.
of the
For
Atlanta.
crying out
Is that
loud.
okay, Brian?
Got to come in there and break everything.
I know it.
The home of the Atlanta Braves, Auburn Tigers, you name it, we're home of everything.
Like a nightmare.
Somebody said a lot of BS. I don't know what does BS mean anyway.
Bachelor of Science.
Bachelor say
Let's make sure the FCC is listening this morning.
Big special things. Big special things
Hey,
like that.
let's get it going right now. What are we
want
giving
to?
away? Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
well,
give away
a
something.
little bit later on, we're going to give you the code word, and that code word is going to make you eligible to win a set of tickets to the Jack Links 500 in Talladega, April 27th. We're going to do that about 7:15, and then again at 8:15 for those of you who aren't paying attention.
Boogity.
We give you a code word, and you call us, or you listen to the Inside Drive, the Afternoon Underdogs. They call your name after you've texted in your code word and your racing name, and then you can see. Stop. No, that's not it today. It's a new one.
It was yesterday.
This
It
one's
was
a hard
yesterday.
one, too.
He's just trying to show you he actually listened
Yes,
one
all right.
day.
Thank you.
And we want to say thanks to a lot of our sponsors for Atlanta Braves baseball. No game until, Friday? Yeah, Friday. We got a game versus the Twins at 6:15 right here on ESPN Radio. And it's brought to you by Billboard Kia, PCB Hobby, and Panama City Toyota, Hewlett Tire and Auto, and Hometown Towing. So we want to thank all those folks for bringing us and you the Atlanta Braves baseball games.
And I love that Toyota. They do a great job down there. My boy Joseph, does an incredible job down there. Glenn Manley bought himself a Highlander and loves it. He never gets to drive it, but he loves
No,
it.
that's right. I get to take it for the oil change.
Whatever she tells you to
Yeah,
do.
put gas in it. Yeah, so-
Oh, my God. Just to remind everybody out there, we're doing something for Ron Mulvey. We would love for you to, and we've raised some money. We've got the money up. We're trying to get to 12,000. We're getting closer and closer. We still got a ways to go. We need to do this for him. Going through a lot of difficult times right now. Go to the search, go GoFundMe.com, go to search, type in support Ryan and his family. Actually, is support Ryan and his fight. And if you could do that, it'd be outstanding. I actually had a wonderful man call me yesterday at home and said, Coach, I'd rather just mail it to your house, and he's going to do that. Love him. He's a legend. I don't know if he wants me to tell him or not, so I won't right now. I'll wait till I know he's not listening. But anyway, the guy's unbelievable. And please do so. It doesn't matter if it's $5 to $500 or whatever you can give. We need to help. He's going to be flying around quite a bit back and forth, North Carolina and other places to try to get some help. And we certainly appreciate helping out Ryan Mulvey. He's like a son to us. Wonderful guy. I've known him since he moved here. He can't be a better person out there. So maybe him and Wildcat about the same. I will say that. Real great people.
Right.
Great people. But nobody's like Eugene Glenn Manley. What do you got for us today, Eugene?
Well, first of all, if you're an insurance agent out there, we're always giving you money. How about coming off some money for Ryan? How about
There you go. There you go.
So, anyway.
Well said.
Yeah. Yesterday in baseball and Monday in baseball, there were a lot of district games going on for the, district champs. So yesterday, Bay High School 29, Gadsden County 1. So I think Coach went for 2 on that. We'll ask him.
29 to what?
Yeah, 29 to 1.
That's a close one.
It was over probably 3 or 4
Ooh,
innings.
baby.
And also then it was Rutherford Rams 2, North Bay Haven 1.
What a
This is
game.
District
What a game.
3A. And so Thursday, Rutherford will be at Bay High School to play for the 3A District 2 championship.
Glenn, they've had some close contests this year, right?
They've split this year.
But that's the way it should be. Rutherford Bay for a big game. That's the way it should be.
So we won over there, and they won at Bay. So this will be,
they'll get a good crowd.
Yep, get out there. And then Arnold last night, Arnold won 13-3 over Gobby. That's 4A District.
13-3. Go Marlins. Say it again. Who won that game, Glenn? Who?
Arnold won that
There
game.
you
The oldest school in Panama City Beach.
Panama City Beach.
That's right. And then Wakalala, as they call it on the news, answers Wakulla 11, Rickard 0. So Wakulla will come to on Thursday night. They will play at 7 o'clock.
All
This
right.
championship 4A District 2, so congratulations.
This just sounds like Bay County domination over Leon County is what it sounds like.
In baseball.
Take that, Tallahassee.
In baseball.
Doesn't matter.
Monday night, Bozeman 5, Mariana 4, and it was
Good
Pensacola
job.
Catholic 7, Freeport 0.
Man.
So Pensacola Catholic will have to come see Bozeman. They will
Get 'em,
play-
Jeff.
They will play tonight at
Dang.
6 o'clock.
That's gonna be a good one.
2A District 1, so we'll get out there.
I hate a Freeport loss, but that Catholic's an all-star baseball team.
And West Florida will be at South Walton Thursday for the 3A District Championship. And then also Port St. Joe 8, Liberty County 1, that's the Rural 4. And so Rural 3 was played, and that will play Cottondale 1. So Port St. Joe will host Cottondale, and that will be a Rural.
Go back to South Walton now.
South Walton.
West Florida will
Yep.
play them for the championship.
That's correct.
I'm putting my money on South. I'm going to put my mortgage in my house. Well, I don't have one. I'm going to put a lot of money on South Walton to win that one.
All right.
Anybody want to go against them?
No. And then
Okay.
tonight, tonight the winner of Mosley and Childs will play at Lincoln on Friday. So that would be 5A District 2. So
I'm sorry. Go back and say that one more time.
Mosley plays Childs tonight, and the winner of that will play at Lincoln. That's the 5A.
Yeah.
On Friday. So go Mosley.
And we all know the injuries they've had over there at Mosley. God bless them.
Right. And then all the softball really doesn't start until next week. But there were some scores last night. So Arnold, this is girls softball. Arnold 11, Bozeman 0, North Bay Haven 17, Crestview 1. It was Fort Walton Beach 6, South Walton 1. It was Destin 10, Mosley 0, and it was also Sneeds 4, Malone 3, and it was Bluntstown. Weewash 7, Bluntstown 6, and I got to give a shout out to the Liberty County softball coach, Jennifer Sewell. She won her 300th game yesterday. Congratulations to her. She's been doing that about 18 or 19 years. She's been there, and so congratulations to her for winning her 300th game.
Unbelievable. Great job, Dr. Manley. That's awesome. Arnold softball team got a chance to do something special. They got a chance. Brent Smith got to get out there and give a prep talk to them. He is too involved in boys baseball. Brent, you got to share that love, that knowledge you have to motivate kids to do the best they possibly can, and even beyond that. When he gave the pep talk to Arnold, I don't think they've lost a game yet. We and Coach Green were talking about it. He's going to give another
He just
one.
said detention for all of you.
No,
Yeah.
what he said was he's holding up contracts. If you don't win, that's why in football they used to come out there and go, "Here's your scholarship. We're not doing too good the first half."
Oh,
so
man.
don't.
Oh, my God. Baseball, we are dominant. Jeff Patton, get it done. Doug Lee, get it done. Coach Hudson, get it done.
We'll be talking to him later today.
Yeah. Coach Coffin, great job he's done this year.
Yes, sir.
Bobby, that was a tough game for Bobby and Bobby Hughes and North Bay Haven.
Right.
So is North Bay Haven done?
That's it. Unless they get
the
picked
playoff?
up.
Yeah. We'll have Bobby
they
on
were
the bar.
They were 2 in the district.
Yeah. They might have a shot.
Never know.
Strength of schedule's pretty tough. But Nick over there at South Walton, Nick's team, what a job he did. You know his wife's a principal? His wife is a principal.
He's got a job forever then.
Well, who knows? You never know. I thought that
Well,
way.
that's tough to get.
I thought that way, too.
Yeah, but
That AD I work for, I can tell you stories about her. Good God.
she can say something about you too, Sue.
gosh.
But here's the thing about that. So you get bossed at school and bossed at home. How's that work? I mean,
There's
that's
a lot
pretty,
of bossing going around there. Hey, Glenn, what did you think? Everything we're talking. We love Richard Sanders. You know, he's brought in so many great teams. Does such a wonderful job down there. That we're making so much money off the people that come down here with softball, baseball, flag football, soccer. You name it, swimming. You name it. that is what is really drawn a lot of people here to Bay County, Panama City Beach. When they go to the restaurants, they actually pay for their bill. When they leave, they don't run out. And we don't want to lose that. I say this again, we actually had a couple that not Brian, but Jason knows. These people are extremely wealthy, and they actually got up and left their condo and said, enough is enough. They want to get out of here because of the spring breakers. They have the police chief, which does a great job, Panama City, or Tommy Ford, which everybody loves, does a great job. They said it's done. We got to get rid of it. But I heard now they're getting a little pushback from a couple of politicians. Who in their right mind would want that down here, people shooting people? And I would not be a police officer. God bless them. If you see one of these police officers, sheriff, deputies, whatever, pat them on the back, buy them lunch, do something nice for them, man. They're out there trying to save us. And any second, they could be blown away.
Right.
We are outnumbered, unbelievably outnumbered, and they do the best job they can. I wouldn't want to be doing that for any reason. We're putting their lives at danger. We put people that live on Panama City Beach life at danger. And I'll be honest with you, I get mad some at this TV stations because they don't let us know, I don't think, if you live on Panama City Beach, hey, report, don't go down this intersection. Don't go down to Walmart at this time. This is going on. I think they kind of keep it a little bit too quiet. And I love all of them. They're great people. But sometimes I think they keep these things a little bit too quiet. We need to keep people here to live here safe.
Well, that a few years ago got that black eye with all the stuff happening on the beach. And so if it was the old days when we had the mom and pop hotels, I'd say which hotel or restaurant do those politicians own? But,
good point.
The thing is, it's like the United States. You're going to have to keep your citizens safe before you worry about all the other stuff. Yeah. If you can't do that, then look at Daytona Beach. Some of those others, they've said, okay, we don't want you here. And I think you get more families if you do the other thing. But I understand the lull. Since
it's not the spring breakers.
Well,
it's the college kids.
And look, I don't know exactly who's against it, but I'm willing to bet it's this. I'm willing to bet they're a little bit worried there's going to be an overreach. Mm-hmm. And I understand that because that is usually what happens. Look, what we've got really isn't a problem with overall spring break. What we have is one major issue, which is these all-age events. Mm-hmm. And that's because what you're having, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the college kids typically have a little more sense on their own than a high school kid because they're a little bit older and they're a little bit more experienced in it. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more.
You're right.
The all-age events seem to be where every one of the issues has gone, so they need to really narrowly tailor it so that you don't get the unintended consequence of running off kind of our welcome visitors too. So I'm willing to bet that's part of the pushback.
My roommate in college called. He's had both hips replaced. Playing college football, it was different back we played. Maybe the new things are making people safer or healthier. I don't know. But anyway, he just had his toe operated on. The ligaments were torn in it. It was really painful. He said, I can't get over this. So he goes in. And he's a traveling nurse. He's retired now. So they go in, and they cut, and they have to do a graft. They had to do all this kind of stuff to get the toe back. And he was on really some high pain stuff at first. It wore off at night. He says, oh, my God, the pain was unbearable. So he had some stuff here at the house to take. And anyway, getting around to what I'm getting at, he called and he goes, man, what is going on in Panama City Beach? We're here and, people are going, they want to go down there. I said, he goes, he used to live here at one time.
Right.
Yeah, Panama City, not Panama City Beach. He goes, what's going on down there? He says, is it that crazy? I said, it's been kind of crazy.
He called. He called because he wanted to reach out to some of those folks about getting him some stuff for his foot.
That might be that could be it too. Knowing him,
where are those problems specifically?
You got the names, phone numbers, some of those guys. This is wrong. We just don't want to lose the great things that we got built up with all these sport teams come down here. We don't want people not wanting to come down here. But God bless the sheriff department, the police department. All you guys do a great job. God bless you. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get going. Let's talk about some of these wonderful people we have. Man, I love all of our wonderful sponsors. Today is a big day in 2 locations. It's a big day everywhere and every day. But Jay Michaels today will be packed out. And I want to thank Dr. Manley. Glenn has got a heart bigger than gold. He not only bought my lunch, last week, and I want to thank you for this. He bought Donna's, Brian's, Julie's, and his. He bought everybody, the entire table. Thank you for that.
You know what was the most impressive about that, though? You only had to pass it to him 3 times before he took it.
That's right.
Well, he did it. That's the thing. He actually he didn't run out. Usually he'll like throw it right back in my face, but he actually did it. We appreciate that. Unbelievable. We would love for you to do that again today, by the way. No, that was awesome. Thank you for doing that. But get on J. Michael's restaurant today. World famous J. Michael's spaghetti only on Wednesday. He's got a special sauce he makes. He won't tell anybody how he does it. It's really good, people. People go there all the time, especially on Wednesdays for that. Now, they got great seafood, steaks, burgers. Pork chops are unbelievable. That's the biggest pork chop I've ever seen. They got great food, great atmosphere. The legendary J. Michael's. Now, the other place that has a great special day that we love is over in Beef O'Brady's. Pat Pernod's the city commissioner, which does a wonderful job over there. His restaurant is incredible. TV's everywhere. They treat you like the customer service is unbelievable over there. Pat does a wonderful job. But today, 10 wings inside for $9.99. If you're in Lynn Haven, get out to Beef O'Brady's at Lynn Haven. If you're over here on the beach, you got to get to J. Michael's restaurant. And our Stevenson Air Condition, I got a phone call. Coach Dennis Bush, the legendary Coach Dennis Bush, he goes, Coach, who can I talk to at Stevenson Air Conditioning? Said, I need to get a, his is 25 years old. I said, Dennis, they won't even, I don't think anybody even service that anymore. He said, I know. So he said, I've been hearing all these stories about Stevenson Air Conditioning. I'm going in. They called Debbie and do what Coach Bush did. Go to Stevenson Air Conditioning. Got any kind of problems? Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Time to get a Ewing? Go to Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Go ahead, Walkett. I'm sorry.
What? Okay.
Oh, I was like, we're over there in Lynn Haven. We had a great meal.
Yeah.
Glenn's been good to me. I need to go buy him something.
Go buy him that belly button ring.
That
he's
belly
always
button ring. That
I've only got 6. I need another
Yeah.
one.
I'll tell you
can I
what,
go?
if you're over in that area, it's a good idea to take all your jewelry over to David Adamson Designer Jewelry. They will clean it for free and inspect it, make sure all the facets are still good, make sure all your clasps are still clasping, if that's a word. But they'll clean your jewelry for free at David Adamson Designer Jewelry. And while I got your attention, might as well give you the Jack Links 500 Talladega Password of the Day. The race is on April 27th. We are giving away 2 sets of 2 tickets each. All you got to do is text the code word and your racing name to 850-215-6290. The code word and your racing name. Listen to the Inside Drive. Listen to the Afternoon Underdogs around 12:40 and 5:40, and they will call your name, and you call them at that very same number as quickly as you can. Tell them the code word, and they will give you a qualifying time. Quickest qualifying time wins the tickets. Your code word for the day, and this is a toughie, Super Speedway. Super Speedway is the code word of the day. And so go ahead and text that right now to 850-215-6290.
Did you explain to him you get 2 sets of tickets?
Yeah, there's going to be 2 winners this time around.
It's going to be
2
April
winners.
27th. Did you say that?
Coming up. Yes, I did.
I was not listening to you.
True.
We'll be right
What
back.
else is
Brian
new?
Haddad,
Hey!
Eugene,
It
Glenn
took you
Manley,
7 years.
and the one and only Wildcat. Be right back. 104.3
Coach Hudson
ESPN,
coming up next. Huh?
Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Talladega.
And now on the line with us, our second qualifier, Paul Ritchie, with the time of what, James?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Paul, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. How you doing this afternoon?
Doing well, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited you are about the possibility of going to Talladega?
Always a 10. Always a 10.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a light breeze around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 77. Moving into Friday, about the same with a high of 78 and sunny. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you hear a squealing sound when you're braking? How about a clunking when turning? Shaking while under acceleration? These are all problems that Alford Tire and Service Center in Callaway can solve. With our friendly staff and trusted mechanics, we here at Alford offer a wide variety of services to keep you on the road and driving, which comes back with our nationwide warranty and easy financing options. Located in beautiful Callaway on Tyndall Parkway, we do it all at Alford Tire and Service Center.
360-degree protection of your home, 365 days a year, one low monthly price.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control offers an affordable program that provides our customers with peace of mind. Brock 365.
We like bundling pest control with termite protection for a low monthly payment. We couldn't be happier with the results. Most treatments are done outside, and we haven't had any issues in over 3 years.
Call us today for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. What's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bum, 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 bum.
Not the Bayhigh fights.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're one day away to change our lives for the better. My baby boy, Jared Hale's birthday tomorrow. But we're going to go tonight and celebrate. I don't know why we're doing it tomorrow night. We're doing it tonight for some reason. But God bless him. He is my baby boy. I love him. He has been a joy and pleasure. Has never been. He never gave us a hard time. Always great papa. He gave us those 3 grandkids. Are incredible.
That's not what you say when the mic's off.
Don't repeat that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but he was such a good kid. He still is. We love him. Happy birthday, Jared, if you're listening tomorrow. Let's bring him on. This guy, you're talking about never give us a problem. This guy's been a pleasure wherever he's coached at. We've always had him on throughout the years, and he is one of
my
best.
favorite coaches.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Well, you love him because he's a Kentucky Wildcat. I saw him at a restaurant one time in a Kentucky hat on, and great man, great coach. Let's bring him on right now. Bay High School Coach Hudson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go Cats.
Go Cats. we got a question to ask you. Glenn, go ahead and ask this question. We're all wondering.
We already knew that because we had this thing going when he was at Mosley. I think, did you go for 2 on the last?
Yeah, what's about that
or
point spread there? What was the point spread on that one?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the point spread was. That was man. That was one of those games. It was kind of where it's, you get a lead like that, and nobody's comfortable. Ball goes to the backstop, and you're not sure if you should go ahead and score or just kind of hang there. And some people get offended when you don't score when they throw it to the backstop. And yeah, it was just one of them games that I'm glad we came out on top and all that, but it was kind of good to get that one over with. It's kind of, you just kind of almost wishing for outs. Yeah. On your own side, just to get it, get the game going.
I'd hate to have been umpiring that one too. Ooh-wee.
Did you?
Greg Kalanjak was back there.
Did you think going in it would be that easy, or did you kind of have a feeling you were going to win, but not like that?
Yeah, I don't think you ever really think you're going to put that kind of numbers up in 3 innings. Is
that a record? Is that a Bay High School record?
I have no idea.
Glenn, we've been doing it.
I would say it is. I would say it is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I don't know.
But then you turn right around and you got a big game on Thursday.
Well, that's the thing, we can't celebrate that too much. The kids were excited about the big win and scoring a lot of runs and all that, but it's you better turn it around. They're going to enjoy it that night if they want to, but it's time now to get ready for what we've started this whole thing out to do and accomplish, which is the district championship game. So, yeah, they're going to have to stop patting each other on the back so much about that one and start concentrating and focusing on what we got to do Thursday.
Well, your games against Rutherford have been real competitive. This is going to be a big one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a big game, no doubt. With everything on the line here, they've played us tough twice now, and it's going to be a great ball game and a great atmosphere. I'm sure there's going to be a big crowd there, and yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. I'm excited to get ready, get out there and play for something.
Who do you think they're going to pitch, or do you have an idea who they're going to throw at you?
I don't know. I think you kind of guess, just based on who their top guys are and who they've thrown recently. And, the Langley kid, the lefty for them, I would guess he would probably be a guy. They've got two lefties that I think would be most likely to throw. But, I'm left-handed, so my arm's already hanging from throwing BP. And we try to throw as much as we can. I'm the lone lefty BP thrower. So, we're gonna go in with an idea of what we think we're going to see, and we think it might be a lefty. So that's what we're thinking. And he's done a good job against us in the past as well. So, that's who we're guessing. But it's you never know till you get out there.
I want to ask you something. And I'm being dead serious about this. When I played, I hated a left-handed pitcher. I don't know why. In my head, a mental block, I was going to get hit. And they would wind up, and I'd already be backing off the plate a little bit. I'm like, damn. I just hated going against a left-handed pitcher. Is that?
Or did you hit left-handed?
No. But
you hit right-handed. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I could hit right-handed pitcher. I just had a mental block against left-handed pitcher. Do you see that anywhere else anymore? Is it just me being crazy?
Yes.
No, actually, it happens. You are crazy, but there's quite a few. There's lefties have a different way. They say the world spins one way and the left-handed baseball spins the opposite.
Yeah.
But there's something about it. Lefties. Everybody likes to have left-handed pitchers. I don't know if it's because the ball runs away from right-handed. The movement from a lefty's normally moves away from the right-handed hitter, and a lot of kids pull off and try to yank the ball to the pull side. There's something to it. For some kids, I know we've got several kids that I've had throughout the years that just absolutely love left-handed pitching because the breaking ball doesn't start at you. It's from the left side as a right-hand hitter. So
right.
That happens there. But there's a thing there sometimes with left-handed pitchers. I was a lefty myself, and sometimes they throw it. If you have that movement, you throw it, and the fastball kind of looks like it's going to come in on you, and then it breaks back over the plate. So, yeah, it's just a different angle, and it's something. There's just not as many left-handed pitchers growing up that you see, as there are right-handed pitchers. So it's just a little different.
You hit on this a minute ago, but I'm going to go back to it because the kids got to understand that. You watch these basketball games. It can be football, basketball, baseball. It doesn't matter. When you go out and you score 29 runs, you usually see the next game they don't score as much, and sometimes they get their head down. Sometimes what's going on? We're not explosive. I saw Alabama in basketball in the final 8. One game they beat somebody by 20. I forgot who it was now. And then BYU. The next week they couldn't do. The next game they couldn't do anything. I've seen football. I've had football teams that score a lot of points one game. Next game they kind of go out there and not play as well. So you got to address. I know hell you know what you're doing, but you know what I'm talking about. They got them to be focused in, ready to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Things go so well and everything is clicking, and it makes it seem like it's so easy. I think it just seems like the game seems easy. And then you get out there the next time, first inning, maybe you run out there and you don't swing the bat very well, and everybody kind of looks around like, what's going on?
Right.
What's happening here? It's totally different. But I really just think it's a mindset, and when you get to this point of the season, it's one game. This is one game to meet some goals and to help us out and making a regional state tournament here. And I think really you kind of have to really just throw all that away, the good and the bad from what's going on throughout the year, and just everybody has to rally around and say this is the one game here, and this is
a championship game. It's a championship game.
One of the things though, it really and truly, if you're playing for Bayhigh and you're playing Rutherford, you shouldn't have to be told to get up for this game, because you see those guys all the time, even when you're grown and out of school.
That's right. It has really become a really, really big rivalry. I know when I was at Rutherford, 15, I guess that's been 10, 12 years ago, that was always a huge rivalry. Anybody in town used to be a huge rivalry, but now these days, this Rutherford and Bay game is just has really meant a little something special.
The two oldest schools in the county and everything. So
Coach, remind everybody where the game's at and how do we get tickets? Can we buy them at the gate? Do we have to go on the phone? Remind everybody about that.
Yeah, it's going to be at our place Thursday at 6 o'clock. We're hosting. And, it's going to be the Go Fan thing. I think that's all they're doing is the Go Fan. And I'm not sure. I think it's an $8 fee. I believe it's what it costs to get in there. So it may be $9. I'm not sure. But, it's definitely the Go Fan. No, I don't think we're having any cash at the gate. I don't think they're doing that.
They have the code there. You can just shoot that on your phone when you get there, too.
Coach, thank you so much for coming on. God bless you. We'll talk to you next week, and good luck in the championship baseball game.
Go Cats, Coach.
All right.
Go Cats.
Thank you.
Right,
Go Cats.
Real quick, Lynn, South Walton, this is from Nick. South Walton versus Southwest versus West Florida is tonight, 7 o'clock at South Walton. At South Walton tonight, 7 o'clock. Get out there and support. If you're over there in Walton County, go support one of the best baseball teams, not in Florida, but in the country. They've got it rolling over there. South Walton Seahawks are incredible. Go watch a championship baseball game over there as they take on West Florida. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Appreciate all of our wonderful people. Skin cancer, it can be deadly. If you're a female, you really got to pay attention to skin cancer, breast cancer. Check yourself out always. Always get checked out, all these different doctors. But Dr. Ward, there's nobody better at what he does. Listen to me today at 7 in a minute. He'll be on here. Matter of fact, we'll shut up and talk to him about this in a second. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, 2 great locations now. Front Beach Road, also right across the street on the Navy base. Tomorrow night, karaoke. Some of the best singers you'll see in Bay County. They're incredible. And we also have a lot of people out, when they come in town, they go there and they get up and sing. This group from Georgia is incredible. Big selection of great food. Happy hour, buy one, get one free. And go check it out. Great place to have birthday parties. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. They're on 23rd Street, Pier Park. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Get out to one of the 4 newbies. Have a wonderful time there. John and Charlotte do a great job. And they got their own security. They never have problems down there. You got to be 21 to get in, and you will have a blast. Newbies Still on the Curve. Go watch all sporting events. Head down to the mothership. Have a wonderful time. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Had Dad's over here, and Manly.
You're so proud of yourself.
I could do it. And Wildcat.
Ask him tomorrow.
Yeah, really.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick. He was talking about Alex Ovechkin's scoring record being more impressive than LeBron's all-time record in scoring and Barry Bonds' home run records. Instead of celebrating Ovechkin, then you have to bring down Barry Bonds or LeBron. It's just a great achievement.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting is a 5th-generation contracting company based right here out of Bay County. TK Vandy's expertise in commercial and residential roofing, as well as a design, build general contractor, set them aside as a versatile and fresh alternative to achieve your construction needs. Contact TK Vandy Roofing, 850-866-9908, or email support@tkvandy.com. They can't wait to help you.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Scorpion TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks, or watch thousands of movies on demand, all for just $45 a month when you use the ESPN NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Scorpion TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. Don't forget our promo code ESPN NW.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest
Child
Florida.
abuse, Glenn. That's child
Fridays,
abuse.
only on Fridays, we focus big time on the Gators. Mark McLeod, 8:30, everything you know about the Florida Gators. A lot of talk, a lot of things being said about DJ Lagway. Will he even play in this coming up football season? Before we get into all that, though, I do want to talk about this. I was mentioning this earlier about skin cancer. Let's bring him on right now, the legendary doctor. If you have any type of issues, if it does not look right, feel right, I say this all the time for females out there. Breast cancer, skin cancer, two things you really got to check yourself for, two things you have to really worry about. Get on top of it. If you see something that doesn't look right, feel right, you call, make an appointment with Dr. Ward. Office throughout the panel of Florida. The guy's the best at what he does. Doc, how you doing today?
Oh, enjoying this beautiful morning in Panama City Beach. How about you guys?
Man, it's great. I got two studs in here and one old guy. We're having a
Don't
great
talk about yourself that way.
Yeah, really. That's not nice.
We're having a great time. Hey, I got to ask you, are you back coaching? I thought I saw a picture of you, or I don't know if you were in the picture or not, but of all these high school or middle school baseball. What was that about? I saw something. I didn't read it much, but did something happen with the baseball team around here?
Oh, so, yeah, this past weekend at Publix Park in Frank Brown Park, there was a big baseball tournament for travel teams, 8U up to 14U, and my son's team, which I help out at practices, but I don't coach it, so I get to enjoy it from the sidelines, which is awesome.
Smart man.
But no, they went undefeated over the beating teams from across the Panhandle and won the championship. It was a lot of fun. We were there. We were at Frank Brown Park until about 8:30 Sunday night. But just to see this new team that came together just this spring and have the kind of success they're having is really a joy for these basically 12-year-old boys to get together, play hard. Keep improving every single tournament. It's only the third tournament they played, and to win their third tournament outright with no losses, it just goes to show you put the work in and you find success.
That's awesome, Coach. Tell me your son's name, please.
Jackson Ward. Yeah, he had a good weekend. He got a triple. Got some ground out RBIs too, but when you got a runner on third and you're just trying to put the ball on the ground to score the run, you're doing a job. It may not show up on the stat sheet, but all of these kids, it's really all 11 can do this, which is great for the coaches because it's never like, oh, we're at the bottom of our order now we're not going to find success. We had a lot of really good runs of hits put together from the bottom of the batting order.
Yeah. Now, is this kind of like an all-star team? You all handpick these guys, or what?
All these kids, play on middle school baseball teams if they're not in Bay County. And I think we've only got like 2 kids who are from Bay County. The rest are from Walton, Holmes. Walton, Holmes, Washington County, and I think we've got a kid from Franklin County and a kid from Wakulla County.
What positions your son play?
He pitches and he plays outfield.
Okay. Who's the baseball coach? Who gives some love to those coaches?
Absolutely. Pat Garrett and Jace Page. Not Jace. Jace is the son. Travis Page. They're great coaches. They coached a bunch of the kids that ended up winning some state titles at Mosley in youth baseball, and of course, then they turned him over to I think who you were just talking to, the Bay,
Coach Hudson.
Coach Hudson. Yeah. So they got those kids ready to play good for Coach Hudson, and now they're kind of bringing up the new generation of kids that you will see on all these high school teams.
I love it, man. All right, I want to ask you this. If you're a Florida fan, Alabama fan, Georgia fan, you got to be feeling pretty good what's going on over in Tennessee. But don't feel that good because it could happen to you any second also. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But what's your take on that situation with Tennessee Volunteers quarterback?
My take on it is, couldn't have happened to a better team, and quite frankly, it just shows you got to go after kids who have some level of morals and principles, and parents who will tell their kids that, hey, look, what you're doing is wrong. And the good news is, I think Nico is going to end up at some really crappy school with, maybe not as much NIL as Tennessee was going to pay him. So maybe some of these kids and parents will learn a lesson from this.
I swear I thought he was about to pivot and say, like, Mississippi State. I saw it coming.
He can't.
I know, but I
SEC.
saw it coming, though. So thank you, Doc, for not doing that.
Well, the word, I don't know.
Now he can go to Southern Miss.
I don't think.
What'd I say?
I don't think UCLA, but they mentioned them. And the other school, somebody mentioned Tulane.
Tulane backed out.
They did back out.
But
Wow.
Tulane backed out.
Good.
Tulane's like,
Good job, Tulane. Good job.
Imagine that, dude. You're getting turned down for loud.
Crazy.
You watch, though. Here's going to be the next rallying cry amongst the whiners on this deal. It's going to be collusion amongst the coaches. You watch. In the next 3 days, I guarantee you this becomes a talking point.
Could be. You sound like you were happy about this Tennessee situation.
I'm glad contracts matter.
Yeah.
Look, I would have been upset if University of Tennessee had tried to back out of something that they had contractually signed, or whoever did it, the collective or whatever. If you sign for multiple years, you ensure security, but you kind of limit your potential to earn more if you do like this, that, or the other. If you sign the 1-year deals, you can make more, but it's riskier. So I think contracts should matter, and I think they should be honored on both sides. They weren't by this guy. He didn't live up to his agreements. He didn't show. I'm glad the University of Tennessee put up their back and said enough. I think it was a great thing.
They also said that they were saying, well, you paid us this much for the 12 games. Now we're in the playoffs. You should be paying us extra. And that came from several people, and they were saying, several players, and they were saying, well, when they played Ohio State, they didn't try because they weren't getting paid. But you can't go there.
They pointed out yesterday, said that he was one of the ones saying, let's don't play.
Right. So
that really upset me.
That tells you how the NIL has ruined everything. So
it has. There's no doubt. Doc, how much time we got? Give us all these different locations you're at.
Well, yeah, so if you've got anything that you're concerned about on your skin, give us a holler. It really just takes 5 minutes to get looked at head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free. You can call us at 233-3376 and see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Tafuniac Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana.
I want to ask you, too, that new hospital up on 331, we were talking about that heart thing that they're doing. I'm really interested in that. Again, I will be speaking to you when we have my next appointment, get everything kind of set up for that. But how's everything going up there? Is it running pretty smoothly? Y'all been pretty pleased?
Yeah, absolutely. We're the only emergency department in the North Walton County area, so the emergency room has been very busy. We just opened up outpatient labs and imaging, and we're in network with Florida Blue Medicare and TRICARE Select. We're getting on with a lot of other insurance plans as well. And next month we start outpatient surgery. Aaron Creek, who is a spine and back surgeon, he'll be doing surgery. Orthopedic Associates, David Dean is going to be doing surgery there. And we've got a vascular surgeon who's coming, and a lot of other surgeons who are very interested in starting to use the facility in Tafuniac Springs.
I love it. That's awesome. I'm so glad you said it. You do have it recorded, right? Send him a bill. That was awesome. He fell for it. I got him. Hey, South Walton Seahawks, they got a shot to win the state championship. I really believe they got a shot to win it. What a baseball team over there, man. Nick does a great job, and I'm glad you got us hooked up together. We got a lot of people over in South Walton listening to us, and even more now. And thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big game tonight. Big game tonight. District championship against West Florida. Both teams are very, very good baseball teams. I think both only have 3 losses on the season. I will say South Walton's played slightly more difficult schedule, but West Florida is a high-quality baseball team. It should be an excellent game.
All right, we get back. We're going to test the brains of these 3 right here. You know how intelligent they are. They're incredible.
What are you laughing about?
Wildcat and I are not eligible to play because we don't know the answers. But let's talk about some of our wonderful people. I tell you what, we got some great sponsors, man. Real quick, let me get this in real more time. Ron Mulvey, our son, we love him since he's been here. Him and Beth love him to death. Wonderful people. Going through a difficult time right now. They're going to be flying back and forth to North Carolina and other places trying to fight this thing. Didn't get the results we wanted up in North Carolina, but we're going to still fight. If you want to help out, and we'd appreciate it, could be $5, could be whatever you can give. Please go GoFundMe.com, search and type in support Ryan in his fight. Please do that. Help him out if you can. I had actually one great man call me and say, Coach, I'd just rather mail it to your house. You make sure he gets it. And he did. He mailed a check, and I'll make sure Ryan gets it after I take my percentage out. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, just make it out to me. Yeah.
Just kidding. But we got these specials, these sponsors like Dr. Ward, great guys, the best at what he does. And, you know, Kyle Vandergriff, what that guy does. His mom and dad, legendary people here in Bay County School District. Unbelievable the things the people they've helped out through all their years is incredible, and their kids are great. They do a great thing. So he opened up him and some partners opened up a local 115 downtown in Panama City on Harrison Avenue, 115. The food's great. It's like it's really a Bay County Hall of Fame. They've got cheerleading pictures, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, softball, you name it. Every sport, every coach, band members, they got pictures of everything. You need to go by there and just see if your picture's there. Somebody's on the wall that you know, I guarantee you that. The food's incredible, great atmosphere. You're downtown, go to the market, go have lunch there. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. Try their crab cakes are the best you'll get anywhere. Oysters, if you're a coach, if you've coached before, whatever, just let them know. You get a dozen for $15. They're really good. But their gumbo, I had it last week. They've changed it up a little bit. It's really, really good. The local 115 downtown Panama City. We think you'll love it. And I tell you what I do love. Steve does a great job. Brian's had him in here before. Brian, you know what a great coach he is. Yeah. Helping out the youth. But then Steve's Bike Shop, this tells you how good. They've been in service since 1979. That's 46 years, I believe. Located 1924 on Southwest 23rd Street, right across from Sam's. These electrical bikes are the new thing. People love them. There's so many in Bay Point. It's crazy. If you want to let your bike, or if you want yours worked on, Steve's Bike Shop, that's the guy to go to. If you like the traditional bikes like I do, they got new ones, they got used ones, they repair all kinds. They're incredible. The business he does is unbelievable because they're good, honest, hardworking people. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Dr. Ward's in the house. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents The Race to Talladega. Join Coach Hale mornings at 7:15 and 8:15 to enter. Then at 12:40 and 5:40, listen for your name to be called. If we announce your name, race to the phones. How long it takes you to call 850-215-6290 is your qualifying time. The 2 fastest qualifying times win a pair of tickets to the Jack Links 500 from PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Panama City Toyota, and your racing station. ESPN Northwest
This
Florida.
is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a light breeze around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 77. Moving into Friday, about the same with a high of 78 and sunny. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Give him a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dr. Ward's with us this morning. Doc, a question for you. And I like this kind of stuff. But anyway, question for you and Glenn and Brian. We got to kind of go a little bit quicker. These are the 5, and I think they're wrong. I'm going to tell you my number 1 team at the end.
Alabama.
And you can change it if you want to, but here are your 5 by the experts. I think it's 24/7 Sports. The 5 most overhyped, and the key word is overhyped teams over the past 20 years. Now, that's what's going to throw you. 20 years is hard to deal with. Coming at number 5, I'm going to go over them real quick, and then we'll go back and talk about them. Coming at number 5, the Auburn Tigers. I do remember this team. 2014, they were pretty doggone good. 2015, they were hyped up. They were going to be the team. There's no doubt about it. Their offense, their defense. They had a top defense returning. They had a Heisman Trophy quarterback hopeful. Auburn had a big dreams. Execution wasn't there. The season fizzled quickly. They finished 7-6 regular season. In the SEC, they were only 2-5. They did good to go to the bowl game, barely. They won it to get a winning record. They beat Memphis 31-10. They finished last, where they were predicted to win the SEC West. They predicted last or either second. That was number 5. Let me get through these for you.
All I want to say is it's specific 1-year teams, not programs.
Yes, 1-year team. Now, this one we won't know a lot about because we don't follow them very closely. 2001, Oregon State. They were ranked. It didn't take long, the hype to fade. They finished 5-6, 3-5 in conference. I don't care about that one. Number 3, Nebraska, 2019. Picked to win their division in the Big Ten. Never happened. Nebraska falls apart. They go 5-7, 3-6 in the Big Ten. Number 2, the Texas Longhorns. This might be number 1. Texas Longhorns, 2010. They had just played for the national championship, and their quarterback gets hurt. Bama wins the national championship. Next year, they thought Texas reloads. They'll be right back in it. Didn't happen. Mac Brown, Texas, they finished 5-7, 2-6 in the Big 12. Never what they thought would happen, fell apart. And the number 1, which surprised me somewhat because they didn't have that bad of a year, but all the hype going into 2008. Georgia, ranked number 1, loaded team. Roller coaster year, up and down, never played consistent. They still finished with a 10-3 record, finished ranked 13th, but they opened the season number 1. They had that, the number 1 most overhyped team. Out of those 5, Doc, you have to choose from, which was the most overhyped team, do you think, out of those 5?
Out of those 5, it probably was probably the Texas team for sure. Everyone thought they were going to come back and compete for a title again, and they didn't even finish with a winning record. But I definitely have a team when we come back around that should have made that list.
I will tell you right now who mine is. 2024 Florida State.
Yep.
13-1.
Oh, you stole my thunder.
Go ahead.
Thinking it.
Go ahead, Dr. Ward. Go ahead. The most overhyped team in the last 20 years. They didn't make the top 5. I don't get these experts. But go ahead. Who is it?
Yeah, I mean, starting the year ranked, saying, "Oh, we should have won. We should have been in the playoff," and then they go 2-10. I mean, that was. I mean, that's recent too. How they didn't make the top 5. When I think I think they were the number 1 most overhyped team ever was Florida State last year.
I agree with that. Glenn, out of those 5, and then we'll come back and ask you who should have been there. Out of those 5, Auburn 2015, Oregon, who cares? Nebraska 2019. I'm a doc. It's either Texas or Auburn. I don't think Georgia. Georgia still won 10 games.
I think with Doc, I think it should be Florida State, but then Texas. Texas then, and maybe Auburn the next one after that. But I still think Doc's right with the FSU one.
That sounds good to me. FSU, Texas, Auburn. Brian, give me your rundown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with, out of that list, I'm good with Texas being there.
Is anybody we forgot? Or they don't have?
Florida State certainly. If you went back 25 years, the 2000 Alabama team was a disaster.
God, yeah.
But the one, and it's along the lines of Georgia, they played in the national championship game. But you want to talk about an overhyped team? The 2012 Notre Dame team was horribly overhyped. They had a very easy schedule, got their way into that game, and Alabama's still scoring. In fact, the hardest hit in that game was Barrett Jones hitting A.J. McCarron when he was yelling at him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but again, they play for the national championship, so I understand it not there.
I get it. That's pretty good. Good point.
USC's had a few in that time frame, too, like Texas. Oh, we're back, and then they lay an egg.
Doc, I got to ask you a question. You got to answer from your heart. Which is the most overranked Florida football team? I would say ever. The one you can think of. Which year were you so excited about, and it just didn't happen?
Man, I got to try to think back, because we had the Spurrier years, and. But, I mean, we usually finish with decent records during his. But I'd say it was probably 97 when after Werfel left and Doug Johnson came in to be the new QB. I think that year we finished with 4 losses after winning the national championship. So I'd probably say for me it was the 97 Gators.
I think you're right on that. I was thinking the same thing. The other thing I was going to tell you about, I'm not sure if that's that year or not, I'll never forget being one of the most disappointing seasons, not really season, but game, was when Florida had Tennessee early in the year. They moved the game, I think, after the FSU game, I think. They moved it later in the year, and Florida got beat by at home. I think it was at home by Tennessee, because I always thought they played it. Was that the year?
That was 2001, and it got moved because of 9/11.
Yeah, that's right. But I swear, if they'd have played them earlier, and everything had been like it usually is, I think Florida kills them. But it got changed up, and that game, I bet big on Florida, and they got killed. They got beat. You remember that game?
Oh, hell yeah! I was and, of course I remember the game. And if we had won that game, we would have gone to the SEC championship, and with a win there, would have likely played the national title. So.
Were you surprised when Coach, after they destroyed in the Orange Bowl, who'd they kill? They beat the dog mess out of somebody in the Orange Bowl. His last game at Florida. And then he goes to the NFL. Did that surprise you? He left Florida? Because you think back, if he were to stay, and I know why he did. I heard some of the coaches told me, but if he had stayed there, he would have every record. He'd have Bear Bryant's record, the most SEC wins as a head coach. I really believe that.
I'm not surprised, and quite frankly, when a team and a fan base has success after success after success, and then you go. I think that would have been the 5th season after the national title, where we weren't competing for the national title. I really think the lack of appreciation of the fans. I think he probably just got a bit frustrated with. Well, heck, I'm winning 10 games almost every year, and everyone's still complaining about what's going on. I think he just decided to try to go find a place where he could feel appreciated again.
Yeah, if he would have stayed, and another coach, I said, if he would have stayed, he might have broke all the records. Howard Snellenberger at Miami. If he would have stayed in Miami all those years, even Bobby Bowden said that he would be the coach everybody's talking about. But Bowden stayed, and look what he did. How many wins did he have, Glenn? 300 and...
Yeah, the ones they took away from him, they should have given back.
I still count them. I don't care. Hey, Doc, real quick, we got to go. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Skin cancer can be deadly. It takes 5 minutes to save your life. What's the best way to get up with you?
Yeah, just give us a call at 233-3376 and see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Tefuniak Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana. 5 minutes is all it takes to get checked head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
We'll be right back. Doc, thank you so much, buddy. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great one.
Bye-bye, bud. All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful... We need to talk about another doctor. This legendary doctor, Dr. Chad Mitchell, one of the first guys trained robotic surgery, does an incredible job. And I'm telling you, people come from all around. My friend from Montgomery had him do surgery on her, and she was really pleased. The guy is incredible. The legendary Chad Mitchell. This will be his 26th year on Bay County sidelines, taking care of Bay County athletes. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Call, make an appointment. Chad will see anybody. Call, make an appointment. The guy will take care of the guy. Is incredible. Also, don't forget about Turf Pro Pest Control. You want your yard to look beautiful. Patrick can make it happen. Also, if you got insects in your house, they can take care of that also. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You want to get a roof? There's only one place to go. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build, commercial, residential. They do an incredible work. Whatever Kyle Vandergriff touches turns to gold. The guy is incredible. Really impressed with that young man. If you're even thinking about doing a roof, you go with Vandy Roofing. They do a great job. I know Patrick's going to have something built, and he's already got up with TK Vandy General Contracting. Him and Kyle got together, and they're going to go do some things together. You should, too. We'll be right back. 104.3. Hey, we giving away anything? Do anything? That's something wrong?
No, we're good. Okay. At 8:15, though, we're going to give you the code word of the day.
I'm going to give you
so you win some tickets.
You something. 8:15.
You are.
We'll be right back.
The Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a light breeze around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 77. Moving into Friday, up the same with a high of 78 and sunny. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Would you sell your business if the price was right?
Ready for a change? Want more time for family or just not enjoying it anymore? First Choice Business Brokers of Northwest Florida can help. Connect your business with serious buyers locally, nationally, and internationally while keeping the process confidential. Get a free, no-obligation business evaluation today. Call Natalie Kessler, broker, First Choice Business Brokers of Northwest Florida at 850-588-1025. First Choice Business Brokers of Northwest Florida is an independent franchise of First Choice Business Brokers Incorporated.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tide Alabama Update, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you have any kind of problems day or night, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're going to come out and take care of you, especially this summer now. You know, sometimes we have electrical storms, things get knocked out, get screwed up a little bit. You call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out and they'll solve all your problems. Coach Dennis Bush is going to go with Stevenson Air Conditioning, get a brand new unit. He listens to it right here, heard the commercials, and he's going with them. You should too. One of the most honest guys I've ever met is Jason over at Stevenson Air Conditioning, the owner, family owned. Great people work for him. They take pride in what they do. They're not trying to take every penny they can out of your pocketbook. They're good people, really good people. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Go with Locals. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Alabama softball team, not having the year we want them to have. We're so used to them being such a powerhouse, but the SEC is so difficult now. Alabama SEC record 7-8. 13-16 overall, 19-7 home, 5-5 on the road, 6-4 neutral sites. Saturday they play the powerhouse. I mean, they are known for softball. Oklahoma, unbelievable. Saturday, April 12th, number 2 Oklahoma 5, number 22 Alabama 1. Sunday, April 13th, Alabama 6, Oklahoma 1. And then, believe it or not, on Monday, the 14th of April, number 22 Alabama wins the series. They beat Oklahoma 2-1. That's a big deal. A lot of confidence builder there. Great job by the Alabama Crimson Tide softball team in a huge series win over the powerhouse Oklahoma Sooners. Now, Alabama and Florida are going to get it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in softball. Baseball, Glenn, could you look up for me something real quick? Alabama Birmingham played yesterday. I didn't stay up and didn't watch it, so you can get that to me. Mm-hmm. Alabama baseball SEC record, they're 8-7. Overall record 29-8. Home 19-6. Road 6-2. Neutral sites 4-0. Last Friday, the Mississippi State Bulldogs put it on Alabama 13-3. Brian gave the pregame speech at that one. Saturday, Alabama 4, Mississippi State. And then on Sunday, it fell apart. Mississippi State 4, Alabama 2. Mississippi State, they sweep the series. It doesn't get any easier.
No, 2 out of 3. But
it doesn't get any easier. Alabama's got LSU starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Remember, Easter Sunday's this week. I don't think there'll be any games. I could be wrong on that. I don't think they're playing. Did you find that for me?
I'm still looking. I got it, but I got the schedule, but I have to run down the schedule.
Hopefully, Bama won that ball game. They'll get them to 30-8 overall record if they did beat Alabama Birmingham, and Glenn's looking it up for you. All right, this is week 1 of college football. This is huge. They've already come in. I want to say this was 24/7. They have already came out with the predictions of week 1 of some of the big games played in the country. We just got through having another period where the kids can transfer out. I think our predictions will get a little bit better when the summer starts, once you actually know who's on your team. Because Tennessee was getting some love, and now all of a sudden they don't have their quarterback. Maybe not be quite. You got
Alabama 5-3 over UAB.
5-3.
See, we got to wait to make our predictions till after week 4 when all those kids, threaten to hold out for their red shirt.
Yeah, really. 20-6 at home. Okay, thank you, Glenn. All right, here we go. Let's get to the big one. One of the big games that weekend, August 30th. That's a Saturday. Alabama at FSU. The mighty Crimson Tide rolls in. They face a former coach. Gus Malzahn knows all about Nick Saban. Nick Saban's not the coach there anymore. Alabama, year 2 of DeBoer. It starts out with a bang. Alabama Crimson Tide, 34. Florida State Seminoles, 17. Woo, Glenn. at Tallahassee.
Way too early.
34-17.
Way too early.
I'm going to say they're wrong on this one. I don't think it'll be that bad. Brian, you want to give an opinion on that one? I know it's too early.
It's too early.
All right.
I'm going to cop out.
All right, Friday, August 29th, the Auburn Tigers with all that talent, and they do have some talented players. Baylor's supposed to be a lot better this year, and I like their coach. He did really well, then it kind of fizzled out. Maybe he's back on top over at Baylor. The game is tough. Baylor has a tradition. They have all the students line the field before the kids come on. Before the players come on, they have the all freshmen run through that line and transfer students, and then the team comes out there. It's going to be hot. It's going to be wild. What happens to the Auburn Tigers? Baylor looks sharp, but Auburn Tigers pull it out. They beat the Baylor Bears on a Friday night with the whole world watching. Auburn 31, Baylor 24. I'm saying right now, Auburn's going to win that first ball game. Auburn's going to be good. If not, they're going to be having a new coach.
Yeah, the only thing I dislike about that is they play on a Friday, so that's traditionally in Texas and everywhere else. That is
high school football.
Yeah, it's high school football. Yeah,
I'm going to say they better win that game.
Yeah,
because that's a big one that can kind of set up a good roll they could get on early, because their schedule really overall isn't that bad. But the last thing you need with a team like this is to have any kind of doubt creep into their mind.
I'm with you, brother. Yeah. They got to win that one. Now, the big one, the number one game in the country, they'll probably be number one versus number two. Texas Longhorns, Stark's got them ready. They got the brand new quarterback. Everybody's been waiting for him to start. He can run, he can throw, he can do it all. Ohio State breaking in their new quarterback, the transfer from Alabama, saying he has a great game. He looks good. They come out strong. But at the end, Texas defense makes a stop. Texas scores late. The Longhorns upset. I don't know if you call it upset or not, but the Longhorns beat the defending national championship, the Buckeyes. Texas 26, the Ohio State Buckeyes 20. That game on August 30th, a Saturday. I will be watching that football game. Now, there are some other big games that week. That Saturday 30th, Syracuse. Without their starting quarterback, Tennessee struggles. The offense is not the same. The defense is pretty good, but late in the game, there's a fumble. Syracuse recovers. They score late. Syracuse upsets the SEC power, Tennessee, 27 Syracuse, 20 Tennessee. Wow. LSU Fighting Tigers on the road at Clemson. Clemson looks good. For the first half, they look unbeatable. LSU still hanging around. It's 24-20. LSU's quarterback takes them right down the field. Touchdown pass in the last minute of the game. LSU 27. Dabo's Clemson Tigers take a loss at home, 27-24. Go Tigers.
The Tigers are going to win that game, we know.
Yeah, one of them.
Well played, sir.
Sunday, August 31st, the only team playing, South Carolina, with that defense. They win with defense, and they get it done. South Carolina beats Virginia Tech in a really hard-fought football game, 29-24. That same day on Sunday, Notre Dame's bubble is busted. They played for the championship. Will they do it again? Probably not.
They got Northern Illinois again?
The Miami Hurricanes finally win a big game. Miami 28, Notre Dame 27.
Where is this played?
I have no idea. I think Notre Dame.
I think that one's at Notre Dame.
I think it's at Notre Dame. Yeah, I think it is. Monday, the last game of the opening week of week 1. September 1st, I care a little bit because I like the coach. But TCU flexes its muscles. They beat the ACC North Carolina. TCU 35, North Carolina 24. That is some big-time predictions. Week 1
at Miami.
At Miami.
It's at Miami.
Okay.
Well, it just depends on whether Belichick's girlfriend's a cheerleader or not. Just depends on.
Are you saying
she's not old enough?
Are you saying she can fire people up? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
She hopes to get a good grade on her SAT this year.
Did she get accepted into school? All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We're going to give away something, Wildcat. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's time, boys and girls, moms and dads, for you to get ready to text. Text this code word and your race name to area code 850-215-6290. The code word is Super Speedway. Super Speedway. Text that code word and your race name to 850-215.
Two pair of tickets.
Two pair, that's right. So, I mean, your chances of winning are doubled. And that's all you got to do. And then you have to listen to the Inside Drive at around 12:40 and the Afternoon Underdogs at 5:40. They'll call your name. You call 215-6290 as quickly as you can. That'll give you a qualifying time. The best two qualifying times win 2 tickets to the Jack Lynch.
Who are some of those great sponsors of this?
And a whole list of really neat people whose list I don't have right here.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for screwing that up.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about Friday. What's going on Friday? You can listen right here, 6:15. Atlanta Braves baseball versus the Twins. Same thing Saturday, 6:15. Right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida versus the Twins. And then on Sunday, I believe I think the game's at 11:20 versus the Twins. Right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest.
I do have the sponsors for that. They are Best Way Portable Buildings, reliable hydraulic solutions. Mid-South Lumber and Brock Pest Control. They are sponsors for Atlanta Braves baseball game. You know, sometimes I hate you.
That was Brian. That wasn't me.
Oh,
Before Braves Lynn Haven. You love Patrick. Get out and see Patrick. Say hello to him. The city commissioner does an incredible job. Before Braves Lynn Haven today, and only today, is a big-time day at Wednesday on Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. 10 wings inside for $9.99. You can't beat it. But they got all kind of food there. It's outstanding. Customer service, unbelievable. Get out to Beef O'Brady's today. If you're in Lynn Haven, go pack it out today. Tell them Coach sent you. And when you get through there, head on over to David Adams Jewelry. Go see them.
Free jewelry cleaning today.
Free. Russ and Amber are going to be doing
I thought he said free jewelry today. I was heading out.
Almost.
Yeah, they'll deal with you
They'll
now.
deal with you.
I love Russ. What a great guy. He loves the 49ers, too. Amber, her beautiful self. Great people. Great husband. Wonderful people over there. Go check them out. Glenn, go buy me something.
No.
Also, Dr. Ward, we just had him, 1 in 5 deadly skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, you go see Dr. Ward office throughout the Panhandle of Florida. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You want a great time? You want great food, great atmosphere? You want to listen to great music tomorrow night, Thursday night karaoke? Go check it out. Happy hour, buy one, get one free. We're talking about draft beer, margaritas. Great place, great place, great place. David does a good job. They also have one now on Front Beach Road, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you, Stevenson Air Conditioning, for the Alabama update.
Suffer from political talk radio fatigue?
You know that under the 49% rate,
And tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a light breeze around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 77. Moving into Friday, about the same with a high of 78 and sunny. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you want to eat like a local? The Local 115 is now open. Local drinks, local sports, and local food. Delicious oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbos, salads, paninis, wings, wine, and cold beer. Nothing fried. That's right. No fried foods at Local 115. Amazing local food with an exciting local sports and mural theme. Eat like a local at the Local 115. 115 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
Here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we're here to help you celebrate the graduate in your life with a personalized gift that expresses who she is to that special touch that symbolizes her style. Tracy's Fine Jewelry has a perfect gift that's as unique as your graduate, including monogram milestones that will personalize her style with a special touch that she will cherish for a lifetime. Let's celebrate the class of 2025 with a gift from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, putting a sparkle on Bay County for over 50 years.
don't know what his problem is.
Went home and we're all hurting.
But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. War damn Eagle. Get out there and have a great time. Enjoy this Auburn basketball program. Baseball team is hot. They're doing well. It's all about the football. What is he going to do? Does he go out and get another quarterback? I think he does. It'll probably upset two guys that are there right now, but I think he will go after quarterback. I could be wrong. Glenn, today's kind of different. We got Mark McLeod calling 8:30, so we got to change things up. We got to get our FSU update on. Now, Glenn made a good point. Now, Beef Braised, yeah, they do the wings every day, but the special's on Wednesday. They got great food. You don't have to get the great wings. Get your regular menu. They got great food down there at Beef Braised in Lynn Haven.
They got some great bowls too. I got the barbecue bowl. This one's fantastic.
And don't forget to get down to Newbies and have a great time. Tell them Coach sent you. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Watch all sporting events, and everybody's going to head down to the mothership. They're going to have the best bands in the Southeast all summer long. They had it for spring break. They have it during the weekend. Charlotte does such a wonderful job picking out the best for your entertainment. Go check it out, and you'll have an outstanding time. All three, and you got your favorite Newbies over there in St. Andrews.
Absolutely, the Newbies on the base, right there on Bayview Avenue. You can't miss it. Blue building, it's fantastic. They just keep adding more and more things to it.
Kind of this blue, isn't it? This blue like that on?
No, it's a little darker blue.
A little bit darker.
That. Yep.
John, Charlotte, love you. Wonderful people. They're always giving back to the community. Let's go support them.
Yes,
Glenn, what do you got for us today on FSU?
Well, the baseball team kind of pulled a Bay High School score last night. They went in there and they beat South Florida 29-7.
Good Lord.
So,
sounds like a football score.
Yes, all right. So they went for two a couple of times. Anyway, now they're in D1. They're ranked number 7. They are also, it was 19-0. Their record's 29-7. 19-0. That's even worse, USF. But they are 11-4. They're number 2 in the ACC. But they're tied also with Clemson and I think it's Virginia. They are all 11-4. But here's the problem: Virginia has won a few more games. They played a few more games. So the way they stack it, how it goes. This week they will have played Virginia. It's starting on Thursday. They'll play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So get out there and watch those. And they're at home. And the softball team has now come up to number 4. They're 40-6. They're the highest ranked non-SEC team in the top 10. Virginia Tech's 13, Clemson is 15, Stanford's 17, and I think Virginia Tech also, not Virginia Tech, but Virginia is like 19. Duke is 19 and Virginia is 20, sorry about that. Now they will host Georgia Tech 18th, 19th, and 20th. So they're thinking about also just playing a doubleheader on the 19th, so everybody be off on that Sunday, but we'll see what goes on with that. And then the ACC, they're tied number 1 at 14-1 with Virginia Tech, so that'll be, and Clemson, so that'll be good. We'll see what goes on with that. Also now in football, we got the guy from Arizona State, Jordan Scott, 6'7", a big body wide receiver. He is now going into portal after 1 month on campus. So anyway,
he didn't like his professors.
Here's the thing: when I think he's going to have to compete with Deuce Robinson and Elijah Moore, probably not going to get on the field that much, so he decided he would go somewhere else. So anyway, I guess he could see the handwriting on the wall.
Unbelievable.
One semester. So we're out.
Please respect my decision.
That's right. I'd like to thank the staff for having me here so I can get free meals and clothes.
Knoll Nation.
That's right.
He cares about his academics big time.
Yeah, and they had some people going in there. These are 2026 people. Julius Miles, who is a tight end wide receiver from Freeport. He's 6'6", 217 pounds. He visited Tuesday. He likes the offense. He likes the camaraderie and the way things are going, the way practices are run. So he can play either position, wide receiver or tight end. He likes the tight end room. He can block, he said, and he's going in with all the things that go with that. And so there was a list of about 10 or 12 guys, and some of them they were trying to turn from other schools, but this is one of the things that's going on right now. And then next week, everything could be different. Yes,
I got to interrupt you here. I just got a text, and I imagine this was furiously typed. I beg your pardon. Georgia Tech is first in the ACC.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Ooh, I know who that's from.
Yeah,
get him, Richard.
Get him. Yeah,
I know Richard, buddy.
Hey, not for long. It's like NFL, not for long. But anyway, so anyway,
my phone jumped off the table with that one.
No wonder my phone was turning red over here. FSU staff, they said, some of the things they learned from last year. The portal is that you have to try to play the young guys early. You keep the freshmen happy or whatever, the ones in the NIL, you got to play them a little more. If you think they can contribute, and you start them right away. So they were thinking of Giovanni Boggs and the other running back, I can't pronounce the guy's last name, but they're coming in, they're predicted to go ahead and make some impact on what's going on. So, and they're all excited.
Somebody texted in, they learned how to lose. I didn't think that's funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's all right. Yeah, that's it right now.
You did an awesome job there, Doc.
The tennis team is playing in the ACC tournament, and the women's golf team is ranked 1, and they're playing in the ACC golf tournament.
Let me jump on Auburn Tigers a little bit then. Auburn. Get out to Newcastle, have a great time. If you want a great meal day, get up to Beef Over Brazen in Lynn Haven. Now, Auburn Tigers, the college baseball poll, American poll, Auburn's actually ranked 7th in that poll. If you go by the D1, there's like 3 or 4 that everybody goes by, but D1, Auburn's actually ranked number 8th in the coaches poll. I'll give you that in a little bit later. Anyway, here we go. This is your All-American poll. Texas Longhorns are the number 1 team in the country. Number 2 is Tennessee. Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Arkansas, all from the SEC. Number 5, North Carolina. Number 6, Clemson. Number 7, Auburn. 8's LSU. 9, Oregon State. Florida State's ranked number 10. Ole Miss is 11th. 12th is Oklahoma. 13th is Georgia Tech. Take that, Richard. Number 14th, UCLA. 15th, TCU. UC Irving is 16th.
Trying to pick a fight, Brian.
I'm telling you.
17's Louisville. 18's Troy. 19 is Vandy. 20, Western Kentucky. Wow.
Hilltoppers.
Woo. 21's Alabama. Number 22 is West Virginia. Number 23 is Arizona. 24, Coastal Carolina, Ryan Movey. Number 25 is Oregon. Now, D1. D1 is different. D1's a little bit different. At number 1 is Texas. Arkansas is 2. Clemson's actually number 3 in the D1 poll. Tennessee's 4. Number 5 is Oregon. Number 6, Oregon State. Number 7, FSU. Number 8, Auburn. 9, LSU. 10, UCLA. 11, Ole Miss. 12, North Carolina. Irvin is 13th. Georgia Tech is 14th. Alabama's 15th. I like this one better. D1. Alabama's 15th.
Be like some of them national championships we got back in the 30s.
It counts.
Yeah.
It counts. 16th, Oregon. 17th, Louisville. 18th, Oklahoma. 19th, Vandy. 20th, Troy. 21, Coastal Carolina. 22's Arizona. And this one definitely is the best poll, D1. 23, the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles.
Oh, God.
For academics, were the only school that challenged them
Starved
academically
to death.
is Harvard. I mean, we are the Harvard of the South, and you know what? We're not holding our money back. We're getting our money because we did what the president said. Number 24, West Virginia. 25, TCU. So there you go, right there.
Well, Coach, hate to do this, but softball gave a shout out to Tennessee. They beat the number 1 and the number 2 softball team in 2 weekends. The only one to ever do that.
Go Vols!
So they beat Texas and they beat Oklahoma back-to-back series.
Well, Glenn, I'm glad you said that. Let's jump into the softball poll.
Okay.
Let's do this, a softball American poll. Again, they have 3 there. That ESPN coaches. Oh, I'll just shut up then. I won't do this.
Well, I want to get Mark
Isn't he a
McLeod
buzzkill?
on,
You're right. I mean, he's
What's
always
his new name? New name, Buzz Killington in
always
there.
trying to hurt me. All right, we want you to do this. Please take time to do
you're all
this.
about to have fun? Let me
Ryan Mulvey and his family going through some tragic times right now. We need your help. Please help if you can. GoFundMe.com. Search in, go to search, type in Ryan and his fight. Ryan his fight. Go give what you can. If you'd like to write a check out and make it out to Ryan Mulvey, put it in an envelope, bring it to our station, put it in our little box outside by the door.
We have a lockbox out there.
Randy will get it to him, or you can bring it while we're on the air. We'll do it. We actually had a guy mail it to my house. We'll make sure he gets the check. Thank you, Jerry, for doing that. Right now, I want to talk about some of our wonderful, wonderful sponsors right now. The guys are incredible. Appreciate all of them. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Come join us today. J. Michael's, world-famous spaghetti, just on Wednesdays. Please show up today. We'll be there having a great time. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen. Locals taking care of locals. The guy grew up here. Graduated from Bay High School, knows what he's doing. Let's make sure we don't go waste our money on cheap vitamins. Go where the stuff is the real deal. That is Max Fit Sports Nutrition. 23rd Street, Pier Park. Go check it out. Go visit Jason Kovaleski.
Try it before you buy it.
Thank you, Chad. The legendary Chad Mitchell. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. If you get injured in any way, call, make an appointment with Chad Mitchell. The guy's incredible. Robotic surgery, he's the best. They come from miles around to have Chad put those beautiful hands on him. The guy's unbelievable. Dr. Chad Mitchell. Stevenson Air Condition. Steve's Bike Shop. I love Steve. Great coach, great man, great person. Steve's Bike Shop is located 1924 West 23rd Street, right across from Sam's. They've been serving Bay County since 1979. And yes, they got all kinds of selection of electrical bikes. They have taken over the world. They can work on them. They sell them, new and used. Steve Bike Shop. I think you'll love it. And don't forget them. We'll be right back. Rude. 104.3.
Florida State.
Play him off the stage.
Northwest.
Get him off, Gunner.
Unbelievable. They didn't do that to Elvis.
The quest to regain the division crown starts now. So be here for every huge moment of the Braves 2025 season.
Swung on, lifted towards center field. That might get down. Diving catch and caught by Michael Harris.
Tonight, the Braves are back on the road, this time for an interleague battle with the Tampa Bay Rays, live from Steinbrenner Field in Tampa.
Braves coverage coming up at 6 tonight on ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you bring your vehicle to Panama City Toyota for repairs or maintenance, you'll get the warmest welcome around.
That's because we see service differently.
It's not only an expert team that can help with everything, from simple adjustments to a new set of tires. It's also a team that values your time, so we make your experience as quick and comfortable as possible. Because we're committed to service that goes beyond. Only at Panama City Toyota.
Experience the weird and wonderful world of El Weirdo, a brewery and taco pub in downtown Panama City on Oak Avenue. El Weirdo is serving up delicious street tacos, magical wizard fries, locally brewed beer, margaritas, and more, all surrounded by art, oddities, and all things weird. It's a feast for your eyes and your mouth. Visit El Weirdo in historic downtown Panama City today.
El Weirdo, 24 West Oak Avenue, and online at elweirdodowntown.com.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Them Florida Gators, they back. The Gators are back. National champs in basketball. Baseball team's getting better, thank God. And softball team's really good. And the football team is back. But we got to bring him on right now, the one and only Mark McLeod. Mark, how you doing?
Hey, doing well, Coach. Good to be on with you guys.
All right, I got to jump into this because I'm hearing all kind of crap. I don't know, and maybe you know the truth. I'm not sure. But I think it must be a Georgia guy that's leaking all this stuff. But Lagway.
Is the account C Moon at Go Dogs?
I don't think it's Conrad. No, it ain't Conrad. What's the real story? I saw something he's not even going to watch and see. He won't even play 2025. Lagway's injury. What's the real deal? What are you hearing? What type of injury is it? Just shoulder, lower body. What's the real deal with him? Is he going to miss some of the games next year? What are you hearing?
Well, we can go over what Napier said, but you remember last week I texted you and Coach Manley and said, look, there's a rumor going around that he had sports hernia injury or surgery, and he already had it. If he had it, the timetable, the typical timetable in sports hernia would put him back by July 1st, which would be perfect, going into the 25 season. But, as I told you guys in the text, look, that rumor's out there. I'm trying to chase it down, but I couldn't confirm it. And the fact that he was in the orange and blue game and, made a few handoffs, that probably tells you he didn't have it. But what happens going forward? Now, Napier said he feels that he's going to start throwing very soon in the next week or so, and they feel very good about where the prognosis is for the shoulder and for the lower body injury. But, that rumor was out there flying around last week that he had a sports hernia surgery, and he went ahead and it had already occurred. But I could not confirm that with anybody. Nobody was willing. My sources were not really willing to talk about it at all.
What about anything on the hamstring being torn? Nothing, no rumors like that?
No, nothing like that either. And again, you saw him out there in the orange and blue game. I don't think they would have put him out there if anything was that significant, and if he just experienced a surgical procedure 4 or 5 days ahead of time.
Yeah, and you truly believe he's going to be on the field day one when everything gets cranked up in August?
I have no idea. They have, look, here's the situation, and we all can see this for what it is. Lagway wants to avoid surgery, and a lot of players want to do the same thing. So they want to do whatever they can, holistic medicine, traditional medicine, using various types of rehab. That's what he wants to do, and that's what his family wants to do with him. They do not want him to go under the knife, and I think that they at least Napier feels upbeat about it. But he's felt upbeat about it since last season, and we didn't see him this spring. So, I hope that the young man is a good young man, quality young man. I hope that this all works out for him. He's able to start the season at 100% come August.
Yeah, I get not wanting to have surgery. I was right there with him with my knee, and they kept going on. They finally had to do it. And I get where he's coming from, but if you get it done now, you're going to be ready you should be ready by just about any surgery by September, you would think. So are you hearing all these different rumors, too, about him not playing? Are you hearing the same stuff?
I'm not hearing about him not playing. I'm just hearing about the stuff I'm hearing is the concern about just what you said. If he had the surgery a few days ago, there's a good chance that young man, that guy would be ready to go by July 1st. Because it's typically about a 12-week rehab max. Some guys it's 9, some guys it's 10, but that would lend itself to do better. Now that's not going to do any good with the shoulder. So what's going on with the shoulder? Is it something more chronic? I don't know. Napier's really been unwilling to talk about it. So they're keeping it in-house, and they are going to go with the rehab process extensively, and we'll see what happens.
Now, the shoulder, and I'm not saying this happened, this is just, I know at Alabama, especially when Jalen was there, they would shut him down. He was a big weightlifter, and we had a guy kind of like that in Southern Mississippi. You screw that shoulder up, you can do that.
Is it James Hale?
No. I was a bench warmer. No, but you can.
He was left out.
Yeah, you can lift and hurt that shoulder lifting weights and do some of that rotator cuff, and that's going to affect you big time. And that's going to take a while to heal from. And I'm not saying that's what happened at all. We don't know what's wrong with the shoulder, but I'm just saying. In the weight room, things like that could happen. It very seldom does, but I do know at Alabama, I heard them coaches talking about it, said we shut him down lifting because that guy's a freak in the weight room, and they don't want that. They don't want them guys lifting that too heavy, especially a quarterback. So I don't know I'm with you. I don't know what the deal is. If it's a rotator cuff or something like that, that could be an issue big time, but hopefully that's not it.
Yeah, that was an issue with Tebow. I remember Urban Meyer telling us one time, he was asked a question about Tebow and his lifting, and he shook his head and he said, that guy's amazing. He's like unbelievable because you wouldn't believe the amount of weight that guy throws around.
Yeah.
He's like a lineman, like a defensive lineman. But he also added something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, but man, it scares you. It scares you. Sometimes you don't want something to happen to your quarterback. I think we know it's not a torn labrum, right? I mean, we see baseball players deal with that all the time, and they have the surgery. It's kind of a quick fix. A few weeks later, they feel good. I've talked to many of Florida's pitchers who have had that issue coming out of high school or even when they were in Gainesville. So we're pretty sure that's not it. But it must be something. It's obviously a bit more serious, but it's something that's it's a long-term rehab effect that they feel like they're going to have him ready to go and throwing here very soon. And but Napier said that before that he wasn't throwing very soon. So for Florida fans, it's a real scary situation.
Yeah, one thing, if you're an athlete out there now and you lift weights, you play quarterback basketball. We always made our quarterbacks hang from the rack after we got through lifting. I mean, for stretching them out really well. You got to do things like that, or you will screw that shoulder up. All right, Mark, let's talk about the spring football game. Huge crowd, one of the best crowds in the country, if not the biggest crowd. One of the few teams that actually played a game. Takeaway from it, what do you think? Do you think the receivers are elite now? You think Florida's got some big-time playmakers at receivers?
I think we saw one on Saturday in Dallas Wilson. I think we saw a second one in Tank Hawkins. To be honest with you, maybe even Nashawn Montgomery. Nashawn Montgomery had 38 yards after the catch. He only caught 3 balls. So, that's pretty impressive. And that's the take on him coming out of Miami was that, man, if you can get this guy a quick pass and he can make a guy miss, he'll make another guy miss and another guy miss. But yeah, you saw them honor the national champions on Saturday, and then you got a glimpse of the 25 NCAA football national champions on this field in the spring game. I'm saying that for Conrad Moon. Just to, hope there, but I don't know that'll happen. That's for sure. But Dallas Wilson, guys, 10 catches for 195 yards, a couple touchdowns. And the interesting thing to me was you looked at the way they divided the team. The blue team, a lot of veterans on that team. The orange team were a lot of the backups and redshirt freshmen. You had a quarterback in Harrison Bailey, the transfer, who, one time he was at Tennessee. He was pressured like crazy. I mean, 5 sacks. They were credited for 5 sacks against him, but the kid still threw 29 of 43 for 363 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those to Dallas Wilson. Another one to Tank Hawkins, who had 4 catches for 48 yards. So really, they had the young receivers matched up with Bailey and a lot of the youth there. And I think if you're a Florida fan, you had to feel awfully good because you saw Dallas Wilson just show out, and he looks like he's ready to play right now, guys. When you see his size,
that's what I'm going to ask you, Mark.
Route running.
How big is he? He looks good. How big is that kid?
Oh, he's SEC ready. He's 6'3", 205 probably.
Wow.
He's ready right now. and he may be 6'3.5", but because I remember in high school they always listed him at 6'4", but Florida had him listed at 6'3", a little over 6'3". But again, his moves, and that's one of the things that the players and coaches have been saying all spring is when you look at Dallas Wilson, my goodness, that guy's route running ability is elite for a freshman, for a kid just coming in. So that's what Florida desperately needs. They need Wilson, they need Hawkins, who's now back for his second year. Nashawn Montgomery back for his second year. They need those guys to step up and do some things. You saw a little bit from T.J. Abrams, too. And I'm not sure Florida's going to hit the transfer portal for another wide receiver unless it's an elite guy. But I think right now they're probably going to stand pat because they feel awfully good about that room.
Mark, we got to take a break. We're going to hold you over. Mark McLeod, everything you need to know about the Florida Gators. We're going to talk when we get back about the offense, defense line, what he thinks there. So you combine those offenses, both of them, they passed for over 550 yards. So I think the Gators are back, with or without, well, I won't say that. All right, let's start with some of our great people. I appreciate all of them. Kyle Vandergriff and his partners, they do a great job. The local 115 down on Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City. Go check it out. It's the Bay County Hall of Fame. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. The place is incredible. They've got, it's a healthier place to eat. The food's outstanding. Try the gumbo. You'll love it. The crab cake's the best you'll get anywhere. If you're a coach, a former coach, coaching now, go by, let them know. They'll probably know who you are anyway. And you get $15. You get a dozen oysters that are outstanding. Go check it out. Music's being played all the time. The local 115, Wednesday through Sunday. And Vandergriff also, they have the Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build commercial, residential. If you're looking for a roof, it's Vandy Roofing. Nowhere else, Vandy Roofing. Kyle Vandergriff does an incredible job. Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick, listen to him every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You want that yard to look absolutely beautiful, Patrick can make it happen. You got problems with insects in your house, Patrick can make that not happen. They do an incredible work. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1. Today only. And Mark McLeod's been there. He loves it, and so do we. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, spaghetti only on Wednesday. Come join us today. We're going to be there having a great time. J. Michael's Restaurant. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
You can still hold out and want more money. Quit on his teammates.
He did.
Yeah. But what he did
and I will never forget when his mom and dad asked me to help pay for his education.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to do it at first. And I said, you know what? Let's do it.
He's got potential.
He's got potential. Let's help him out.
Today's payments.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Wednesday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a light breeze around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west. Tonight, clear skies with lows around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a light breeze and a temperature near 77. Moving into Friday, about the same with a high of 78 and sunny. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings recognizes the optimism in the air, and a golden age has begun for all to share. Bestway has been constructing durable, custom-made portable buildings in just about any size since 1989. They know what they're doing. Of course, you're not obligated in any way to buy from Bestway Portable Buildings. However, owner Jason Mulder asks that you please give them a try before you buy. Bestway Portable Buildings, a golden age builder north of the Old Mall on Highway 231 and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com.
Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and Hometown Towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing. 850-265-1562.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark, let's get into the offensive defense line. What do you think? What are you hearing?
Well, I think one of the bright spots was Kofi Asari, who was a edge rusher transfer from UMass. He had a couple sacks, had some good time when he was in there, got some pressure, really worked the tackles hard, and I thought he looked pretty doggone good. I thought inside they looked good as well for Florida on the interior of the defensive line. The offensive line, I think they looked good overall, but they did have some struggles here and there. The reserves did, obviously. And really, I thought the area where the reserves struggled the most were on the outside at left tackle and right tackle. So I think Florida's got a little more work there. I thought Fletcher Westphal did some nice things, but then had a couple plays where there were busted assignments. He'll learn from that. And look, guys, Florida has the rumor is Florida has 3 coaches coming in, maybe 4, who one of them, an offensive line coach who's coached with the Cleveland Browns for years. He's going to come in as an assistant. He's also coached college football, so they've got some guys coming in who are going to be analysts on the staff and be able to work with the kids. Then that should help Florida out a little bit there.
Yeah, I think didn't I read somewhere Billy Napier's pretty pleased with the offensive line?
He was, and really it wasn't. It wasn't the overall play that got him. What I saw were busted plays here and there that got him, and that's stuff that's coachable, as you guys know. You can coach guys to get back up. Maybe a guy got a little too far. The gap was a little too much. It looked like from Westphal one time because he almost fell down when Asar went wide on him. But when Asar turned around and came back inside, and he was so far outside that he just couldn't make the play. But they'll get the stuff like that. Footwork and your hips and everything. They can work that stuff out. That's pretty easy because on most other plays he was fine. And I think overall the linebacker play at Florida looked really good. There was the one play where they busted it again on the young guys, but Jacoby Jackson, the kid from Pensacola, busted out a 90-yard touchdown run, and it was a bad look by the defense. They over pursued to the right. He cut back, and he kind of paused for a minute, and then he went right up the middle and right down the center of the field and outran everybody. So good play by the offense. The offensive line blocking was really not there. Everything was gummed up on that side, but he paused, and when he did, it left enough daylight because the defense kept over pursuing over there, and he said, "Oh, fine, I'll go right up the middle," and he cut back, and man, he was gone. So there was a lot of good things to see there from Florida, but the things that I saw, unlike recent years in Gainesville, guys, going back the last 5 years, there was so much to clean up that you just shook your head and went, wow, it's going to be a rough patch. But I did not see that in this spring game, which, again, first time for me in a few years.
Yeah, Coach March, in the kicking game, I used to hate spring practice because you run out there, nobody's rushing, and, stuff like that. So it's kind of anticlimactic. But how did the kicking teams look? They look pretty good, the field goal kicker and the punter?
Yeah, I think they overall look pretty good, Coach, which is something that, as you're pointing it out correctly, I mean, that's something for Florida to watch because there have been some changes there. So, yeah, I think overall the punt game looks pretty good. They've been pretty pleased with the kid from Michigan who transferred in. He's done a nice job, and then of course the place kicking looks good, and they've signed a kid who's an All-American. So they're looking pretty good there, Coach. I think they're going to be all right. Yeah,
good. I noticed that FSU's got a new long snapper. He's on scholarship. He'll be coming in, and then they also for 2026 they've got another punter coming in. So, but anyway, I just didn't know if they, I guess your long snapper's been there a while and they haven't brought anybody in. Usually, what they do on that is they bring them in. It's kind of like a walk-on, and then you're just right there. And then when that guy leaves, you get your scholarship. So I don't know if they still do it that way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Rocco Underwood's been at Florida for seemingly forever. He's a redshirt senior this year, and he's one of the best in the country. And then, of course, they did sign a kid. They signed a couple kids, actually, Gannon Burke and Matt Mulhern. I don't know a whole lot about them. They're typical long snappers. They're the 6'2", 6'3" guys that aren't very big, in the 225, 230 range. But the other part of the kicking game I think that's important to mention, guys, is Florida's going to have some kick returners and punt returners, which, we started to see that last year. But, we've had a few we've had a year or two that's been awfully good there, but also we've had some dry and lean years there as well. But now there's no shortage of talent there.
All right, Mark, enough of this nonsense here, all this positivity around basketball and football and all this. What we really need to talk about is the weekend series. Gators head up to Starkville to truly find out who the 13th best baseball team in the conference is.
Go Gators!
I mean, look, obviously both of them started rotten, and Florida had to feel like a drowning man seeing a life preserver with Missouri on the schedule. So, got a sweep. Mississippi State won a series last weekend. So, do you think either team kind of can use this series as a launching point to kind of build their way up maybe toward the middle and into play, or are both teams kind of doomed to sit at the back of the conference here?
Well, Brian, for Florida, they'd better do it because next weekend they have Arkansas.
That's right.
So, yeah, it better be a launching point. You know, and the interesting thing for Florida, and you know, they use different guys, freshmen and transfers, but Florida's really sparkling in the midweek games.
Yeah,
you know, which was a problem 2 years ago and last year. But they're really doing well there, and what you're seeing Sully do, certainly in the Florida State and Missouri series, is and use some of those guys who have pitched well in those midweek games and say, all right, we got to have somebody step up. Let's see what these guys can do on the weekend. And you saw a bit of that in the Missouri series, and I think you're going to see some of that in the Mississippi State series as well. They just got to get some things going, and against Missouri they did. A big 11-2 win. They had a 5-0 shutout, and then the last game was a nail biter. Yeah. But then you get a big blowout win over Stetson last night, and only took 7 innings, 14-4. So is Florida coming back? I don't know. I don't think, like you. I don't know what to expect out of this series coming out of it.
Yeah.
You know, you just hope that you get a few W's on the board, and that for Florida, you better be back because the following weekend in Gainesville, you've got Arkansas coming in.
That's right.
Well, Mark, we appreciate it, buddy. How much time I got? Okay. Let me ask this real quick. Transferring in, transferring out.
I lost you.
Is Florida going to lose any players transferring out?
Well, they have lost a defensive back, so they've lost one guy who's gone out. But Greg Smith wasn't the starter. He's a redshirt freshman. He would have been a redshirt freshman this year for Florida. I'm not hearing of anything. Again, the culture's so good, and really you saw Colmani McLean and some of those young guys in the secondary really get an opportunity to step up because of injuries. I think you saw the same thing at wide receiver with the young guys. So I think, that's where you really worry about is the young guys. They're not worried about a veteran player who isn't starting transferring out. If some of those guys go, then so be it. But right now, I think Florida looks pretty set.
Kind of like Tennessee, right?
Yeah. Boy,
what do you think about that?
Through college football?
Yeah.
That's been some shockwaves through college football, and rightfully so. I mean, you're making that kind of money and you're not producing, and then you're gonna put your foot down and say, well, I'm not going to practice until you give me bad advice from your agent or whoever gave you that.
I think Heupel just earned some votes for the college coaches president.
Yeah, Coach, that's true. FSU has the fastest transfer portal guy, Jordan Scott, 6'7". We got him from Arizona State commit. He lasted 1 month on campus. Now he's in the transfer portal.
Oh my goodness!
So,
did you guys see Andy Jean, the wide receiver at Florida, who couldn't get? He struggled with some injuries, and then he thought he was ready to go last year, and just didn't. And of course, Florida had good production at wide receiver last year from 3 different guys. And now, he transferred, and 2 years ago, I'm sorry. And then he transferred, and now he's put himself back in the portal again. So it's a third school, and the kid's only a redshirt sophomore.
Mark, we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you so much, buddy.
Always good to be on with you guys. Take care.
All right,
take care.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bye-bye.
Braves are back.
Here comes the throw.
Florida is your